it struck me as my expectation is that you will be like me in order for me to be a paradoxical man. So if that were the case, does that not take that person out of the role of being a paradoxical man? Or how do you equate or justify that kind of statement?
Perhaps it would not be an expectation from the paradisical man. Perhaps it's more something along the lines of, because I don't think the paradisical man would have any expectation from anyone. Not to say that that's a bad thing, like he thinks that humanity is doomed or something, but he wouldn't expect them to necessarily do as he does. But as a result of love, in terms of this sort of romantic aspect, I think that, like the true friend Aristotle has brought to the table, I don't know, I guess it's less so an expectation on the paradisical man's part, and more so an expectation of the person that wants to be the lover of the paradisical man. So, and not expecting something from the paradisical man, but of themselves.
So I'm curious, it seems, in Mr. Jordan's line of question that, and maybe I'm mischaracterizing your argument, from the way that you spoke about it, could we, I guess, kind of contemplate or think our way into loving other people?
I don't think so, because I think that in order to fully understand love, it has to be acted upon, and which is why I would often say to somebody that's trying to perhaps strive for paradise to start with perhaps a dream love, so that he understands maybe the feeling or the reciprocation as a result of that, and then make his way into active love. However, to simply think about what would happen, that seems even more of a dream than dream love.
Well, I'm sorry, maybe I misspoke. Can you sort of connect the dots, right? Reason your way into love, like logically. Like, so that's why I took away from your line of questioning, right? That if you love with no feeling, then you were convincing yourself some other way, which I would assume would be reason, right? Is that possible, right? To just reason your way into love?
I definitely feel like it might be possible to do such a thing as deliberate yourself into love. I guess my only question would be, for what purpose? Because typically when I think of somebody trying to reason themselves into something, it's for a specific purpose. I guess the purpose would be paradise. Well, and in that case, then, if the purpose becomes paradise, then there is an expectation, and that seems like a dream love. Whereas which might be, as I said earlier, the start, and being able to deliberate into the start and convince yourself to dream love your way to active love. However, I don't think that by thinking about it, you therefore have a purpose, which is why you deliberated to begin with. I think that in order to truly understand active love, after the deliberation process, you have to actively love as a result afterwards.
So I may not be setting up the paradisical state as my sort of selfish end goal, but this whole active love thing seems like a whole lot of work. You said in your speech, a labor, almost a sort of science.
The muscles in my mouth cannot handle the slut.
So why on earth would I want to do something that is hard work and painful and unpleasant? I have to risk getting bitten by little children, and
somebody that wants to love endlessly and unconditionally, it's because they perhaps did something in the past that made them vow, I would never ever do this again, sort of maybe aspect of things. So forgiveness might be a thing, especially if it involves the confession of lies and or hidden sins that you kept hidden from others. So forgiveness, as Azuma says, which is important for paradise, which prevents the destructive torment that somebody can create for themselves.